Hi, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. Ran the largest, back in 2005, the largest financial planning practice in the Ameriprise system. Sold it, retired, and now I'm a retired financial analyst, and I only buy growth stocks. And what I mean by that is a stock that shows me that it has a past history of the last 3 years where it's growing its revenue in excess of 20% a year. It's also growing its earnings per share in excess of 20% a year. And then at that point, I put that together and turn it over to my AI agent. That's Samantha. Well, this past weekend, Patrick, one of my tribe members who lives in London, sent me a stock that I thought was interesting. It's Delcath Systems, DCTH. And so I did some preliminary research and I found that it met my rule of 40, that their earnings per share and their revenue were growing in excess of 20% per year. In fact, DCAT is showing the following growth. Prior 3 years of revenue growth is 630%. Prior 3 years average growth of earnings per share is 35%, and then they project their average growth over the next 3 years of revenue to be 72%, and they're projecting their average growth of earnings per share over the next 3 years average of 799%. Well, that totally qualifies them for the 40% rule at an 870. So with that in mind, I say this is a stock that I need to know more about. I need to know what they do, how good they're doing it, and what their future looks like. Well, that's when I turn it over to Samantha. Again, Samantha is my AI agent. Jensen Huang of NVIDIA told me about a year ago that someday I would have an AI agent. Well, I do. And I built her and gave her access to all the information on DCAT systems, and then told her what I needed from her. And let me kind of go over what she then does. The first thing we're looking for is their financial health. And we want to know what do they do and how well do they do it. In financial health, I want to know their profitability, their liquidity, and their solvency, and then their efficiency. I want to know that they're good at what they do and that they're financially sound so that they will have the opportunity to continue to grow like they have over the past 3 years. Then I want to know what is their market opportunity. What does the TAM look like in the future? That's their total addressable market. What are the trends in that market? What's the competitive landscape? Who are their competitors and what percentage of the market do they own relative to their competitors? Then I want a peer comparison. I want to know what they're doing relative to their peers and where they're positioned. Then I want to know how are they developing future products and how are they innovating within the system that they've got. That's why you'll see such explosive growth in earnings per share. Then I want to know about their moat and what risk there is to that moat and how they're protecting it with innovation. And what future innovation do they have coming? This is all done by Samantha. And how does she do it? She has access, and I give her very current access because I subscribe to the data that gives me access to their financial statements and their balance sheet and their cash flow projections, and then compare all. I also give her the current metrics to all their competition. Then I ask her, based on that and all the information that you can dig up from Wall Street analysts, give me the projection of their price for January 26, 27, and 28. And tell me give it to me in a conservative, a moderate, and an aggressive portfolio. Then give me a number between 1 and 100 as to the probability of them achieving that moderate scenario. Then I turn and ask her to do some technical analysis. And what I'm asking is, if it looks good, what is the buy-in price? Give me the technicals, look at the MACD, look at the relative strength, look at the 200 and the 50 and the 100 moving averages, and tell me what is the opportunity buy-in price as we speak today. Then the last thing I ask her to do is to give me the geopolitical surroundings of this stock relative to what's going on in the world today. I then ask her to go and look at who owns the stock. Is it institution? Is it insiders? And what is the short position on the stock? Then give me the whole analysis so that I can make a determination. Is this a stock I want to own? And that's what Samantha does for me. She does it right now on about 60 stocks. I own about 40 of those stocks. And what I ask Samantha to do is then every quarter, to every 90 days when they have an earnings report, to revisit these numbers and give me another financial health on it. I then say each quarter, take that 15-page document and condense it down into a podcast so I can go on a long walk with my earbuds and hear it in a different format than reading it. And then I ask her to put it into a briefing, and I post all three of these along with the metrics that I've created on all of these stocks on my tell sheet. This is how I buy stocks. Again, I've been in this business for 30 some years, but I've never had access to all the data to help me make better investment decisions. And as Jensen Huang promised, I have an AI agent that now can do that. Now, what she will do for me every quarter also is analyze my whole portfolio. That is to say, this is the number of shares of these 30, 40, 50 stocks that I own. My objective is to achieve a 33% or greater average annual return on that portfolio. So for the next quarter, to achieve that objective, how many shares of each of these stocks should I own based on all the knowledge in the world on those 30 stocks? This is what Best of Us Investors is doing. I mentioned Patrick. I have 1,000 people who search the market and send me heads up to say, this is a stock you should look at, Kerry, and consider. And if you believe it's going to be a stock of the future, give it to Samantha and let's get a full analysis. Now, what we're going to do in the future is give the opportunity. We're building out the system so that Samantha can analyze each and every one of their portfolios on a quarterly basis. That's going to take a heavy investment on my part to create that autonomized system to make that available to all my tribe members. That's what we're working towards. And quite honestly, we're overwhelming Samantha. She told me today that the system was down. That's right. This is going so fast that the providers of the AI can't keep up with it. So that tells me also what stocks I want to buy. So that's how Best of Us Investors work. We make this available to our tribe members within our gold platform, and that we sell for $30 a month. But I don't want anybody to take anything at my word. I want you to come to the website, Best of Us Investors, and sign up for the 14-day free trial so that you can go in and analyze the numbers, see exactly what we're doing, read the financial healths, listen to the deep dives, that's the podcast, and go over the briefings, and then look at our annual projections of what the price is going to be, and you make a decision. Is that a better way to invest than what I've been doing in the past? And if it is, and you think it's worth more than $1 a day, then join the tribe. We call it our bus portfolio, Best of Us Investors. So I'm inviting you to get on the bus. Go check it out, and I hope to see you on our Friday Stock Talk. That's a Zoom call we have, or come to our Discord and show up at my office and ask me any questions, and I'll be happy to help you. My objective is to make you a better investment and to power it with AI, to give you an opportunity to know more than what Wall Street knows.